everyone. Before we start this lesson for today, may I request everybody to stand, and may I request Mark Vincent to lead us a prayer.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, pray of heaven and earth, we thank you for this day. Thank you for allowing us to be with one another. Give us the keen of understanding and knowledge that we need for this discussion. Yes, O Lord, we thank you for the presence of our teacher, our administrators, our parents, and our classmates. We ask forgiveness to all the trespasses we have committed. All these things we ask. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Please be seated. Thank you, Mark Vincent. May I just remind everyone, please observe your 1 meter social distance as we proceed with our discussion this afternoon. And before I forget, may I just group you into 5. So in this case, you'll be having at least 2 per group. So you'll be having these worksheets. And later on, I'll be telling you when are you going to use these worksheets. So Vincent and Nikki will be one pair. Michelle and Maylene will be another pair, RD. And of course, Eileen. And we have here Karian and Miss Valite. And of course, Rayan and Miss Jackie. For that, later on, I'm going to give you another activity sheet for your individual tasks. And just like what we always do before we start our discussion, we have a recapitulation of the lesson through this video. Okay, if you can still remember, last week we discussed about communication breakdown, right? And the various strategies to avoid communication breakdown, and that has been uploaded. Okay, and I tasked you also, guys, to please do the same thing, and yes, that's what you did. And I'm very glad to announce to you that I was very impressed with your presentations and outputs regarding communication breakdown and strategies to avoid communication breakdown. And I'm very glad to announce as well that most of the students of the grade 11 were able to finish the task. And for that, congratulations. Okay, so are you now ready for another meaningful learning experience? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much for that very loud response. Actually, guys, I'm not alone for this day because I called somebody else to help us with this new lesson that I'm going to introduce. So let's welcome a friend. So here he is. So please listen to him and give him the correct responses that he's trying to elicit. Hey there, friend.
Why are you calling me? I'm having a class with you.
We've talked about this last time, right?
Talked about what?
Oh, geez, he seemed to forget.
What would that be today?
Yes, it's March 4. Today's March 4. You're gonna help me, right?
That's it. I can be afraid of, but I can go somebody else.
No, don't tell anyone. Okay, I'm fine with it. Oh God, how's that?
Your friends on earth. What are you doing?
See, that's what I don't want you to call. There's an internet problem. Oh, jeez. I'll be doing this alone by myself. Don't call anyone anymore. Okay, don't do that. You're bad. Stop it, okay? I'm going to proceed myself. Don't call anyone. What are you I'm sorry about that, guys. Okay? I should have not called any of them. I'm sorry about that. My bad. My friend forgot it. Forget about it. He seemed to forget everything. You just witnessed what happened? What happened? We were not able to understand each other. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because everybody would like to talk and talk and talk and talk. And that's the problem. That's why there is what? Communication? Breakdown. That's correct. And in order for us to avoid that, remember that each one of us should what? Should have specific roles and functions every time we are engaged in a communicative situation. Alright? And because of that, this afternoon, that would be the highlight of our lesson objective. That's the functions of communication. And since I gave you strips of paper earlier, you'll be filling those strips of paper later. But for now, I'm going to give you this one. It has 5 rows. You're going to answer very quick game show entitled Word Play. Alright? Yes. Listen to the instruction that I'm going to play on the video. Alright, so here it is. Are you ready, guys? Okay, so here it goes. Listen to the instruction.
Welcome to your favorite game show. This is Wordplay. I have here 5 sets of Scrabble words. All you have to do is to unscramble these words within 5 seconds. Write your answers on your answer boards.
That's the first word. What do you think is the word? Write it on your answer sheet. The correct answer is regulation. You only have 5 seconds, guys. Second word.
Social interaction.
Okay, write it on your answer sheets. So you have basis link. That's correct. Social interaction. Very good. The third one. Let's have the third word.
Motivation.
Wow, you seem to know everything. Very good. That's nice. Next, number 4. Jot it down on your answer sheet so you have basis later.
Information.
Let's see whether you're right or wrong. Correct answer is information. That's correct. Very good, guys. And lastly, we have, what do you think that would be?
Emotional expression.
Wow, very good, guys. Let's check emotional expression. Congratulations. Give yourself a round of applause for being able to answer.
This is Wordplay.
Let us be wordplay. Okay. So, did you enjoy the activity, class? Yes or no? How many of you got perfect scores? Congratulations if you were able to answer all those 5 questions. And we'll be expecting for another activity. Okay. Listen, guys, sorry, as we progress, as we dig deeper to our lesson for this afternoon, the functions of communication, I am going to present to you 2 situations, maybe, yes, 2 situations. I'm going to call someone to read the situation and try to answer what's the question that follows after. Alright, so for the first question or for the first situation, who would like to recite? Any volunteer? Anyone? Christian? Okay. Voluntold. Not volunteer. Voluntold. Our ever active student, Christian. Okay, please stand up. This is your situation. Please read it loud and clear.
You've seen your brother playing Mobile Legends instead of answering his modules. What are you going to tell him? A. Keep up the good work. B. Nice to see you. C. Please stop that.
So let's say that that's your brother. It's your brother. And you've seen him playing Mobile Legends instead of yours. What are you going to tell to that brother?
Keep it up.
Why keep it up? Because you're also playing Mobile Legends?
No.
What's your answer?
Please stop that. Finish first your module before playing your
Okay,
game.
very good. You even supplemented the function. That's very good. Let's give a round of applause to Rochelle. Let's check whether her answer is correct or not. So, oh yes. So she is the sister. So she said, please stop that. Of course, you would like your brother's action to be corrected. He should answer his modules first before playing mobile games. Okay? Next situation, I would like to call on Miss Gatiwan. Yes, this is the situation.
You are the chairman of your barangay.
Yes.
As part of your campaign on honest governance, you've got out some
Found out?
You found out some serious discrepancies in your previous transactions, and you called for a meeting. What are you going to do? A. Talk to them casually and ask what's the matter. B. Congratulate them and tell them to keep the fire burning. C. Warn them about the consequences of their action and compel them to be honest.
So that's the situation. Perhaps this is the barangay council, but some serious discrepancies. They look familiar to you, don't they? Oh, what are you going to tell or to do? Miss Gatiwan.
Congratulate them. Oh! Joke, sir.
Okay. Letter C, and that's
Warn
Warn
them
them
about
about-
the consequences of their action and compel them to be honest.
okay. Let's see whether Miss Gatiwan's answer is correct or not. Okay, very good. Let's give a round of applause to Miss Gatiwan. So maybe she's the chairman, and she's gonna warn them about the consequences of their action and compel them to be honest. As the captain, you are accountable of everything. Your authority must be evident and relevant. Alright guys, those are the two situations. And let us check the the similarity of the two situations earlier. Alright, so in here, please stop that and here, warn them about the consequences of their actions. What do you think they're doing? They are trying to what? To change the behavior, correct, of the other person involved in a communicative situation, right? Okay, the other one is giving command. Please stop that. She's so feisty, she's so fierce, and the other one is giving a warning. That's why she's also fierce. Okay? Yes, just like that. And guys, whenever we do that, whenever we give warning, whenever we command, what do you think the function of communication are we trying to employ? What function of communication based from the 5 key terms or key points that you've written earlier?
Regulation.
Yes, Ms. Kushel?
I think, sir, it's regulation.
Okay, regulation or control, very good. Thank you so much, Ms. Kushel. Regulation is control is when we try to what? To control or regulate the action of others when we give directions or instructions. Just like when your mother told you to please wash the dishes first before you go anywhere else. And when you make requests, when you tell your younger brother to please hand me over that glass of cold water. Or generally, when we attempt to influence the action of others, to change the behavior of others, the communicative function that you are trying to employ is regulation or control. From the word itself, to regulate. Do you understand, guys?
Yes.
Do you have any question?
No.
None so far.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so one down. We have 4 functions of communication more to go. Alright, so let's check what will be the next function of communication based on the video clip that I'm going to show you. Okay, so all eyes in here, and let's see what function is being.
This is Sammy. He just moved to a new city and does not have any family there because his new job takes up a lot of his time. He hasn't made any close friends yet. He comes home from work most days and spends time by himself, watching TV or on his computer. He misses having his family around and is starting to feel a little more sad and tired each day.
Okay, so that is Sammy. He's sad, he's alone because of his work, doesn't have any family, and he grows sad and tired each day.
So what can Sammy do to get better connected with others? Sammy can start by getting out and exploring his new neighborhood. Maybe he can check out his community center to see what activities they have there. He can have lunch or go for a walk with his new coworkers. Sammy loves cycling but doesn't know the area. He could visit a bike shop to see if there are neighborhood bike groups or look online for a bike group to join. There may be a time when Sammy needs a little more help. When moving to a new city, recovering from an illness, or going through a life change, calling someone you trust, or talking to a mental health professional can really help. The reality is that we all need...
Do you agree with that? The reality is we all need people in our life. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
in our life during good times and during tough times. Make sure to reach out when you need help. Be open to accept help when it's offered and help others in return. So now, try to think about something you can do to make your connection stronger. Are there people in your life or groups that you could reach out to? How about others in your community who would benefit from more connections? Could you offer to make a meal for a new parent or caregiver, or maybe a neighbor who's having a tough time? Even small things, like holding the door for someone, taking out the garbage for your neighbor, bringing food to someone in need. These can all lead to big changes that can improve your connections, your physical health, and your mental health.
Alright, so based from the clip you've just watched, what do you think from the 4 functions of communication left would be that clip is telling us? What function?
Social interaction.
Social interaction, very good. Is it necessary for us to socially interact?
Yes.
What would be the benefits of socially interacting with others? Anyone? It can what? Any idea from the class? Okay, we've discussed this also in your social sciences classes, right? When we socially interact, what benefit we get from other people around us? Yes, Rian?
Sir, we can get support from our from the people around
Okay,
us.
very good.
We can
That's
also
correct.
we can also of course get information from them, ideas from them.
Yes, that's correct. So, when we socially interact, those kind of things are being fulfilled. And now, some of the other benefits are going to be presented as we continue.
Being connected with people in your life helps you feel like you belong.
You belong.
It even helps reduce stress,
That's right.
boost your immune system, lowers blood pressure, and can lengthen your life. In fact, people with strong social support are usually happier, have better mental health, and feel a stronger sense of belonging in their community. Unfortunately,
On the
people
other
who
hand-
feel alone or isolated often have poor health. In fact, new research shows that not having social relationships can shorten our lives as much as smoking over 100 cigarettes per week. But the good news is that we can all do things to change this and to help ourselves and others feel more connected.
Okay. So that's social interaction as a function of communication. And every time, guys, that we shake hands, what else? We talk with others over the phone, that's already a form of social interaction. When we wave hello to someone, or when we have meals with our friend, and we share food with them, that's already a form of social interaction. Or, basically, it's when two or more people interact with each other. That is what we call social interaction as a function of communication. Okay? Remember, no man is an island, right? We cannot live without the existence of others. No matter how genius we think of ourselves, no matter how strong we think of ourselves, we still need others. We need our parents, we need our friends, we need our relatives, we need our teachers. We need all of them. Correct? Okay, so that's the second function of communication, social interaction. We're done with the two. Let's now proceed to the third one. But this time, the clip that I'm going to show you has a deeper meaning, and I would like you to ponder on that because it does not tell what it is showing. Okay, so you have to think deeper and you have to think critically. All right. So here it is. Some people see wins, others see wishes. They all died. Can you make it? It's exhausting.
Don't give up. Go. Malapit na.
Dedicated to anyone who dares to wish for a better. Alright, anyone would like to explain the video? that you've just watched? Anyone would like to? Come on, it's okay. It's very self-explanatory, opinionated, subject.
Motivation.
Yes.
Sir, if you want to do it, just do it because not anyone will do it for you.
Okay. Very good. Let's give a round of applause for that. Any other answer? That's correct. That's absolutely correct. Do you like to share other answer? Miss Irene, would you like to share your ideas as well?
Sir, I think the video is all about if you want change regarding your current situation, it's up to you to
Strange.
do something about it. But you cannot expect other people to do or to take the initiative to change your current situation.
Okay, very good. Let's also give a round of applause to Miss Irene for sharing the same correct answer. All right. From the functions of communication left, what do you think is that?
Motivation.
Okay, very good. It's very obvious. It's very blatant that it is motivation. All right. Based from the video, it's telling us to what? To move outside our boxes, our comfort zones. Correct. To go further, to find for a better place where we deserve, we should be. Correct. To keep on moving, to keep on climbing, and to keep the faith. Right. So that's motivation. And every time we try to stimulate others, okay, to fulfill an action, to achieve a desired goal, what are we doing is motivating someone. Okay? To be better and to chase its dreams, its goals. Right? Do you understand, do you appreciate the importance of motivation as a function of communication in this situation? In today's situation, I mean, during this pandemic. I encourage you guys to use this function of communication on a daily basis. Make it a habit because you'll never know how powerful these motivating words are, correct? Especially when someone is really feeling down. And a simple tap on the shoulder or a simple, you can do it, can boost that person's morale, right? Okay, even for example, your brother just finished his module, you can say, keep it up, or that's good, that's great, right? You have to motivate that person. Or later on, if you will be going home and your mother will be serving a delicious food for you, why not appreciate that and motivate your mother to do what she's been doing because she's good at that, she's best at that. Especially so that this month we are celebrating what?
Women's Month.
Okay, Women's Month. So there you go. Motivation is a very good function of communication, especially nowadays in times of pandemic. And speaking of pandemic, how do you think, or what do you think is the essence of being informed at this very trying times? Okay? Mr. RD, what is the essence of being informed of what is happening around us in these trying times of pandemic?
It's very important for us to be informed at all times, particularly these trying times. For us to be more aware, and knowledgeable of what is happening in our time. For example, the coming of vaccines, nowadays. So it's very important for us to know this, the kind of vaccines that they will give us.
Okay, very good. That's correct. It's very important. It's very imperative for us to be informed of the things that is happening around us. And that's where the fourth function of communication enters. It's the fundamental requirement of being able to adapt and adjust oneself to the environment. If we're not informed of what's happening around us, we will be what? We will be in danger, correct? We will never know, for example, in terms of vaccine, we'll never know whether we're going to take that or not. Okay? But make it a point that we are absorbing correct and accurate information, right? We do not just absorb and share false information or fake news, hashtag fake news is spread or something like that. Okay, so we have to discern. We have to have the ability to discern what is accurate and what is not, what is true from what is not. Okay, remember on your social sciences classes and even in humanities, right? Charles Darwin said that it is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. And we can only respond and adapt to these changes if we are well informed, correct? And that you should appreciate the information function of communication. Alright? Okay, so now guys, let's proceed to another clip. And let us try to enjoy a quick game named Name That Emotion. This is just very quick. Can you name that emotion?
Welcome to everyone's favorite game show, Name That Emotion. The game show where you have to name that emotion.
It's very easy.
The theme for today is social awareness. Social awareness requires you to show empathy and take the perspective of others. It involves being able to put yourself in the shoes of others. Social awareness also involves the ability to name the emotions of others. Here are the rules of the game. First, I will give a scenario. Then, you will have 5 seconds to think of an answer and respond. You will have 3 rounds to try and name that emotion. Round 1. Duke entered a contest on the radio and won $500 cash. But that's not all. Duke also won a trip to LA to see his favorite artist Drake perform live. What emotion best describes how Duke is currently feeling? Fear, excitement, disgust. If you say excited, you're right. He is feeling a great deal of joy and excitement. Round number 2. A week later, Duke received some bad news. Due to the coronavirus and social distancing, his trip to see Drake's performance live in LA is canceled. What do you think Duke is probably feeling? Sadness, jealousy, happiness?
Sadness. Very good choice.
That's right, Duke is feeling sad that his trip is canceled. He is extremely disappointed, which has him feeling down. Round 3, our last, final round. Duke was feeling really sad that his trip to LA to see Drake's performance live was canceled. But one day, out of the blue, Duke got a call and it was Drake. Duke couldn't believe it. Drake told Duke that once social distancing is over, he would make sure that he got VIP tickets to attend his concert. Drake also gave Duke an extra $500 cash. What emotion best describes how Duke is probably feeling? Loneliness, surprise, worry. If you said surprise, then you are absolutely right. Thanks for playing Name That Emotion.
Okay, so those are basic emotions. Of course, that's the only thing that's left on the 5 functions of emotion. That would fall under what? Under emotional expression. Okay, we always do this. Actually, every time, every minute, we have this kind of function of communication, emotional expression. It's when communication serves as a significant mechanism in showing a feeling of dismay or satisfaction. It's when you're sad, it's when you're happy, it's when you're angry. Okay, all of the emotions that you know. However, we have to be very careful in determining whether or not the emotion being portrayed to us by the one we are talking to or by the other speaker is genuine, right? Maybe she says she's okay, but actually the facial expression is saying otherwise. Or maybe you're telling the people to please follow a particular rule, but your body gestures, your expression is saying otherwise, then that is not an effective communicative situation. Okay, meaning to say, communication breakdown will still happen. And that's what we're trying to avoid in here. That's the boiling pot. We should always avoid communication breakdown. Because if we can understand each other, we can live in a better place, correct? We can be at peace with each other. We can have harmony. And with that, I would like you to have your group task please read the instruction. Yes, Miss Michelle?
Write a dialogue on the worksheet using the communicative strategy assigned to you and determine the expression used. You are given 5 minutes and be ready to present your output.
Okay, for this group, you will be having regulation and control. Okay, for the next group, you will be having social interaction. For the third group, you will be having motivation. For the fourth group, you will be having, what's that? The fourth group, you'll be having information. And for the fifth group, you'll be having emotional expression. Okay, so your 5 minutes starts. Okay, I will just be calling at least 1 or 2 later on before we proceed to your individual tasks. Okay, so you have to fill that one dialogue, and then the communicative function, is it regulation? It's already given. And then the expressions or phrases used. Yes, one communicative function only. Even a short dialogue will do, as long as the communicative function is met.
Me and you. Ano sa inyo?
Sa amin naman yung
Emotional.
fourth grade.
Yes.
For group 1, we'll be having social interaction. For group 2, you will be having for group 1, you'll be having regulation or control. For group 2, you'll be having social interaction. For group 3, you'll be having motivation. 4, information. And 5, emotional.
Communicative functions and emotional.
Exactly. Five dialogues can Pinalak, naantok na nga ng lahat.
Ano yung dialogue?
Ano ba ang magiging direction ng topic namin? Ay, direction ng usapan namin.
You will reenact that later, okay? Yes!
Or what? Maglalaba? Birthday na kayo sa labas.
Yes, it can be true to life situations.
Invite.
You can alter the names. You can also use existing characters.
Hi! Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up?
On the part of expressions or phrases used, for example, for motivation, keep up the good words.
For information,
For information, let's say you're just, an example of information is, for example, you're asking your teacher, your MTech teacher, how to download a video. That's an example, right? And then the MTech teacher will tell you the flow of the process. Then that's already a fun. Yes. For expressions used for what's that? Regulation or control, just like our example earlier. Remember our mobile legends instead of expression. Yes, as long as there are words, keywords, or key terms that we use.
Wait yun na lang, post ko na question mark. Sino? Vaccination.
expressions, just like when you're hurt, you say ouch, right? Those are examples of expressions also. When you're happy, yippee, hooray!
Pwede na. Sabi, ikaw na. Ikaw na agad. Ay, hindi.
Okay, 2 more minutes to finalize your dialogue. Hashtag amazing. Wow. They're done. Hashtag amazing.
We're done, sir. Top one. Yes.
Congratulations. Are you ready, guys?
Because I'm with this. And we are
Yes. Remember, guys, that when you deliver those dialogues, your facial expression should also manifest the emotion that you are trying to convey. Let's see who will win the Oscars award for Best in Acting category.
Hashtag amazing.
Hashtag amazing. Double hashtag. If there's a burger steak, there's a double burger steak. If there's a hashtag amazing, there's a hashtag amazing. Rehearsals. It's up to you. You can say you're done. Okay, last 2 minutes. We've extended your 5 minutes earlier. It's going to be 8 minutes already. I'm going to give you 2 minutes so that you'll be having a total of 10 minutes.
Maybe there's a new opportunity waiting for you. Just keep it
Okay, so I think we have to welcome now our first presenter, Miss Nikki's team and Mr. Vincent's team.
opportunities.
Wala ba tayong panda?
Okay.
Pero kung
You wait
information niya,
for your classmates to be ready as well. To try to call their attention. Section, please.
Attention, listen. As we will present our
Okay, so listen now to the presentation of your classmate, Nikki and Vincent. But before that, can we give them a round of applause first? Because very confident as they present their dialogue. Alright?
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, classmates. We will present the first communicative function, which is regulation and control. And this is the scenario, wherein it is actually a real-life scenario, and we experienced this one a lot. We have two characters, a commoner, and we have someone who controls or someone who regulates a certain rule or a certain guideline. She is Magda, and I am the commoner.
Oh yeah? Come on.
Yes, ma'am.
Wear your face mask and face shield before you enter.
Ma'am, I don't have any.
No more question, just follow.
Ma'am, you need to explain me the reason why. That ends. For the expression or phrases used, the guard should explain properly to Nico the regulation. She needs to inform Nico that it is actually a mandate by the government about wearing face mask and face shield.
So why is it that your dialogue falls into the regulation or control function? Would you mind to expound it?
It falls under regulation and control because the guard actually she doesn't want that person to enter the vicinity of the school without wearing face mask or face shield. Most especially, this is actually a regulation. It is actually everyone should follow this specific regulation and for safety.
Okay, very good. Let's give them tatlong bagsak. Let's now call our second group.
Sino second?
Social interaction group. Erin and Ord.
Okay, so good afternoon, classmates. So this is the result of our collaborative work. This falls under social.
Oh, hello Arnie. How are you?
I'm fine, Irene. How about you?
Not so fine.
Oh, why? May I know why?
I'm sad right now. Pardon ko shy.
Oh, sad to hear that, Irene. So don't worry, you'll get through it.
Thank you, Arnie. Thank you for the support.
Okay, let's listen to their explanation. Why would that fall under social interaction?
Of course, if you notice, the interaction is between two friends who accidentally met.
Two old friends.
Very old friends. Two old friends who
That's a song.
accidentally met on the road. And it just so happened that the girl is kind of feeling sad and wanted to share sadness or wanted to express her sadness to someone. To vent out frustration or the sadness because the dog died. So there, that's of communication and social interaction. The feeling, the sadness that the girl feel was released and was vented through communicating it to her close friend.
Okay, thank you so much, Irene and RD. Let's give tatlong bagsak as well. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Next group. We have the trio Tagapayo. The three sisters. And the directress. Ready? Okay, go!
Mommy, I feel sad. I'm feeling actually down right now. I'm sad because I didn't get the job. Sorry. give your best next time. So that's actually a motivational word. And think positive and do your best.
Okay, very good. Let's give tatlong bagsak also to the third group. Very good, very nice. Next, let's have the group of Karian and Miss Balita. Now you know how it feels.
Our communicative function is on information, and for our dialogue, we will be reenacting frequently asked questions during module distribution.
Wow.
Okay. From parents, yes. Okay, so good day, ma'am. Yes. Can I ask you some queries? Like, when and where is the module distribution?
Module distribution is every 2 weeks, ma'am, here in the regional, Rizal National High School. Wala akong speak.
You're not loyal.
Actually, I have here list of my questions, madam. Okay, so are minors allowed to go and care their module?
The age limit of people who are allowed outside doing public spaces until 16 years old. So only people from the ages 17 and above are allowed inside the school during module.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Now I know. Another question, ma'am, is suppose the learners can't pass the module on time. They fail to answer all the questions.
Lessons are given 2 weeks for them to finish, so it's a matter of adjusting their time and budgeting it. So 2 weeks is enough time for them to finish their
Okay, so nice consideration to our learners. Now, one thing more is, what if the learners can understand instructions and other activities from the modules distributed or given to them?
They may contact their teachers, their subject teachers on the questions that they may have through online messaging or through text and calls.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that very good explanation. Now I know what to explain to my neighbors.
Okay, let's give them a tatlong bagsak as well. It's very clear. The information function is very evident. Thank you so much. Next, the last but definitely not the least, let's have emotional expression team.
Boyfriend girl. Video call? Emotion. Wow.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
I'm good. How about you?
Oh, I'm good too. Do you have any plans this weekend?
No, I don't have any plans this weekend.
Oh, great! Can I invite you?
Of course, I'd love to.
Let's attend the homecoming party of his good friend.
Absolutely, I'll be there. I'll see you then.
Okay, I'll send you the.
I'll see you.
Okay, I'll send you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
So would you mind to expound more on that,
Our
sir? Yes.
communicative function is on emotional expression. And then for expression or phrases used, we use the words absolute, I'd love to, great, I'll see you then. And then not only on the verbal communication, but also on the facial and ayun, body expression.
Okay, let's give tatlong bagsak as well. Very good. Thank you so much for actively participating. You were able to meet the standards, okay, of these communicative functions that we have discussed. And now, may I request another round of applause for everyone. Congratulations, guys. It seems that you understood our lesson very well. Now, you'll be having your individual tasks. You still have 10 minutes left. What you're going to do is, in 5 minutes, you have to complete the concept map and discuss each function of communication briefly, as brief as possible. Okay? So, I've already distributed with you your individual task worksheet. And you check? Yeah, this one. Okay, this one. Okay, we will follow the same group. Alright? For that. So it won't be individual tasks anymore, it will be by pair. For the group of Chriselle, Mylene, and Michelle, they will be having 3.
May I
Yes?
be excused, sir?
Yes. Anything?
So, ano na rin ang activities?
Okay. It's okay.
Sir,
Please fill in the activity. Functions of communication, put in the 5 functions of communication, then you're just going to discuss it briefly. For example, social interaction. What's the meaning of that? Okay? Did you get the point? Did you get it? Alright.
yes, sir.
That's just very brief. Okay, yes. Not so technical definition. Just complete the concept map and then just write a very brief explanation.
Malapit na kami maging dancer. Kapwa. Because of it.
Discuss it also. For example, you have to define what is emotional expression. Just a brief explanation will do, don't make it too long because we still have one final clip.
Bakas lang pa, sir.
Yes, please, if you're done, you can also give it
I
to me.
can collect it. I collect
Please, Nikki, please collect it.
See?
If it's done, you still have
Yay, Chriselle!
1 minute left.
Done na, di ba?
Alright, I think everybody's done. Everybody's through with their activity. Okay, so once again guys, that's functions of communications. We have 5, and to wrap things up, let's watch this clip, and you can still watch this even when you're at home or when you cannot attend our other classes or other sessions. You can just visit our channel. So to wrap things up, here is our explanation. Okay, the sound's not working. Yeah.
others, and accepting control. Regulatory, the 5 basic functions of communication. Let's begin with regulation or control. Regulatory communication refers to giving orders or directions, making requests, or attempting to influence the action of others, and accepting or refusing directions. When regulatory is utilized, a person is trying to control the behavior of someone or make them do what he wants them to do. It is like controlling or manipulating others. It can range from asking for a permission or making a request to commanding or insisting. Again, regulation or control function of communication is used when we give orders or instructions such as be silent, be careful, listen to me attentively, or could you make me some juice? Be very careful when you're using this function of communication. Make sure you don't sound rude. Always be polite and be courteous. You can also use this function of communication when you would like to ask for clarification or more information. Like, I didn't understand what you said. Or, sorry, but I'm not clear on. Regulation or control function of communication is also used when you ask someone to avoid or to stop doing something. Like, please don't do it. Stop it, please. Or when you make suggestions. Like, why don't you go to the museum? When you give commands. Stay here, don't sleep on the mat. Or when you give warnings. Watch out, be careful. Another function of communication is social interaction. We cannot live without other people. No one is an island. We interact socially, and that is one of the functions of communication. Social interaction is very important for the development of all individuals. We cannot help but to interact with our family members, with our friends, with our relatives, and the people within the community. With this, we can live better and build more harmonious relationship with others. There are some communicative functions that fall under social interaction, like when you greet someone. Hi, how are you? How is everything? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You socially interact also when you say goodbye. When you are inviting someone, do you want to go to the concert tonight? Or when you accept invitations? Sure, when you apologize to someone, when you agree or disagree, when you make wishes or hopes, all of those are functions of communication under social interaction. The third function of communication is motivation. We motivate someone when we encourage that person, when we show him his strength, when we believe in him, when we recognize his efforts, and when we show appreciation. Motivation is very important to an individual person or to any group or organization. When we are highly motivated, we become more engaged, we become more participative. We keep a high spirit, which leads to the attainment of our goals and objectives. You may not be aware, but you are already using motivation as a function of communication in your daily conversation. When you're saying congratulations, keep it up, that's a good job, job well done, those would fall under motivation function of communication. Keep going, you have my support, don't give up, come on, you can do it, give it your best shot. Nice job, I'm impressed. Give it a try, follow your dreams, no harm in trying. Those are all examples of motivation. The fourth one is information. Information as one of the 5 basic functions of communication is very essential, especially in the development of an individual or of a group. With the information we received, we can adapt and adjust ourselves in the environment we live in. Having enough and accurate information is very important, for this shall serve as the basis of our actions. When teachers discuss lesson, that's already a form of information as a function of communication. When your barangay chairman announces an upcoming event, that's already a form of information as a function of communication. Even by simply watching and listening to news shows could already fall under information as a function of communication. And as plain as simple as when you ask for a particular information from your sister or from your brother or from a friend, that already fulfills the function of communication, which is to inform. And lastly, emotional expression. This is very familiar to you because all of us as individuals, right? We feel happy, we feel sad, we feel angry. Okay, we have lots of emotions to tell or to share, to show, to express, not only verbally, but also non-verbally. We show it through our gestures. We show it not only through words, but also through facial expressions. Correct? And there will always be expressions we can use, whatever emotion we are feeling. There are expressions to show happiness, like, that's wonderful, that's fantastic, that's magical, that's amazing, that's great. There are also expressions to use whenever you feel sad, like, I'm not feeling good today, I don't feel well, I'm not fine, or I am upset, she is upset. What about when you're surprised, when you're mad, when you're annoyed, irritated, pissed off, frustrated, furious, when you're afraid? Do you know what expressions you're going to use? Here you have it, guys. The 5 basic functions of communication. First, we have regulation and control. Second, we have social interaction. Third, we have motivation. Fourth, we have information. And lastly, we have emotional expression.
Okay, do you still have any question, guys?
None, sir.
Is everything clear?
Yes,
Are you
sir.
sure? Did you enjoy the activities?
Yes.
Okay, so if there's no more question, that would be all for today. Goodbye, class.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Mr.
Congratulations to all the demonstrators. So by next week, we'll start by, sino muna next week? By Ma'am Nikki. We'll start with Ma'am Nikki.